Okay, this is part two of the double deck gate that we built here at the O-scale layout. It's a little more towards completion. It is in operation now. And as promised, I said I would do a second video on it. So it's kind of in a state of, you can kind of visualize more about how it's going to look in its finished state. So we'll talk about that a little bit. The idea is when people walk by this gate, they don't know it's a gate. So with that, I'll kind of show you some more things about it, and I'll show you a train running across it. So anyway, the way it's set up is there's going to be two tracks running across the top and two tracks running across the bottom. Right now we're currently only using one, but we hope to soon be using another one here on the top. So that's why it was kind of important that we get this gate finished so that we could operate trains on the upper level of our layout, because without this gate it's virtually impossible to operate trains up here on the upper levels. So anyway, this is kind of what it's going to look like as completed. And you can kind of see the lines on the front, but eventually there'll be a fascia on there and pretty much all these lines will disappear. This has got a face board on it for now, and then a fascia board will go across this whole top and cover that. Here on the bottom here, you can see there's flanges here, and then we will mount a backdrop in this gate, so the back bracing or the backbone of this gate will not be visible from this side. And then you can kind of see how things are underneath here on the lower level. I haven't put a face board on it yet. Kind of haven't decided how to dress this side out. The gate is kind of, at a finish point for now, like I said, and then as needed, we'll add, a few pieces in here as the layout progresses. But for now, as far as I'm concerned, this is a done deal until we need to do anything else. So anyway, I'll talk about some of the parts on it. You can look up underneath the upper deck, and you can see different elements right here. You have the centering pins. This is what keeps the front from flopping around. There's a centering pin here, and I'll kind of show you how that works in a minute, and that was described on the first video. But just kind of show you underneath how all this looks. And then here's your other centering pin right here, and that locks this side in here also. Just kind of show you some of the elements underneath it, a little better video. And then the backbone of the main structure is all 1x2 extruded aluminum. And I don't know if I mentioned the manufacturer or the supplier that we get our parts from for all this, but for the most part, all this stuff is from T-Nuts. And this is Schedule 10 extruded aluminum. So they've got like Schedule 20, I think, or something like that, and that's going to be a different size. But your 1x1 and your 1x2 is a Schedule 10, and all your parts are basically set up for Schedule 10. So that's a kind of a code to be looking for. So anyway, this is the hinge bar right here, and it's mounted onto a 2x8, and the 2x8 is, I've got it anchored from behind in several locations. I don't want this 2x8 moving. I've got it anchored at the bottom, and everything's behind it. So you can kind of see how that goes. So I don't want this thing moving at all, so I've heavily anchored it. Now this board here, this angle is cut on a 20-degree angle, And then again, the doorknob opens up. So the 20-degree angle, what that does, it creates a situation where the gate kind of starts moving away from this landing platform as you open it. And the same thing here. Now the trays are on a the trays are made out of 1x1. So the trays are all made out of 1x1, and then the whole structure, the gate structure itself, is made out of 1x2. So that's what we chose to do. The 1x2 is more rigid, so just something to think about. And then again, there's our door handle, and just put it in a regular piece of just the thickness of like an entry door on a house. That's 1 7/8 inch thickness. That's what your doorknobs are designed, so it's an 1/8 inch thinner than this 1x2 framing. The centering pins are made by a company called McMaster Carr. That's one of the other things we got from a different company. And they kind of, you can see how they work. They're just kind of go into each other, male to female, like so. I'll give you another look at that, a little close up. So there's a little bit of adjustment in there, so it's kind of important to get everything lined up properly. And then here is the door jamb assembly. You just got to kind of take your time on it, and that's how that looks. And then I'll give you a better close-up of the hinge assembly. And these hinges, I believe we got these at T-Nuts also, or you could even use Granger. Granger has them. I think they're a little higher at Granger. And these are actually, you can kind of build these hinges in whatever you want. They come in 2s, 3s, and 4 little pieces, and you can kind of assemble them the way you want. And then you can see I got to have a power wire going to the track under here. Another hinge. Another hinge down here. These pieces here are 45-degree plates. So if you're looking on there, and if you're going to do a 45 like this here, you'll need this 45 plate. So anyway, just kind of want to show a little bit more about the detail on how all this works. And there's a lot of work into it, but this thing should outlast me around here. And then you can see how this is all, that piece of oak is trapped into the frame of this gate system. Sorry about the shaky camera. Maybe I should. I forgot what you call that thing. Keeps it stable. Anyway, you can kind of see how 2 tracks would be set up. And then of course, like I said, we'll show you a train running across it. And I've got a transition here. But you can kind of see how if you don't know this gate's here, you'll walk right by it. And so that's basically so the visitors just, they'll walk by it, don't even know it's there. Again, that gate is for walking down into our pit, which will eventually be 50-50. Anyway, that's probably the last and final video on this gate. If you have any questions, by all means ask, and have a great day. We'll talk at you later.